And the 12th All Africa Leaders Business Awards had taken place, and Dr. Imtiaz Sooliman walked away with the prize in the category of philanthropy. The All Africa Business Leaders Awards recognizes business leaders across the continent in various sectors. Dr. Imtiaz Sooliman joins us now. Dr. Sooliman, thank you so much for your time this evening. Really do appreciate it. Does it matter to you at all that philanthropy and human rights, effectively what it is, human rights interventions that you and your organization, the Gift of the Givers, execute are recognized at such a level?
Good evening, Oliver. Yes, it's very important because in our business, transparency is important. People need to know, are the organization trustworthy? If they're being recognized, it means we've been vetted. It means because the process in the All Africa Business Awards is a very diligent process. They've got auditors, they've got legal people, they've got professional people, they've got academics, and they go through a thorough process. And when that happens, it gives comfort, and reassurance to companies donating to you that here is an organization that has been thoroughly vetted and been selected for one of the biggest prizes on the continent. That's only one aspect. The other aspect also, it's important for Africa to recognize itself. There were lots of companies there, and it's important for our continent to take cognizance of the fact that we as Africans can do it ourselves. So I was very encouraged by that stand. And in terms of human rights, the more we grow, the more support we have, the more we can intervene in more countries and help more people.
Yeah, speaking of growth, and that really is when you think about business leaders, they think about how do I grow my organization. We think of you as a philanthropist and an activist. We seldomly think of you as a business leader, but that's exactly what you are, a business leader. It may not be a for-profit organization, but it certainly is a complex organization where there's complex resource management, where there's complex resource allocation decisions that have to be made. Human resource management is a part of the decision making, and financial management. Of course, the governance of the organization is an important facet of it. When you think about these sorts of things and the recognition thereof, what are your thoughts around the expansion of Gift of the Givers? You have already in the past partnered with various other organizations that do similar work, such as 67 Blankets for Nelson Mandela, for instance, run by Carolyn Steyn on the one hand, and the Mina Foundation on the other hand, which provides incredibly important intervention in the lives of young women, for instance, who are menstruating. You have partnered and supported these organizations. Is that part of the growth strategy, a lateral expansion?
It's a combination of many, many things. Predominantly, we do the projects ourselves. Mina Cup now belongs to Gift of the Givers. It works under us. The organization has joined us completely. It works under our wing. Yes, 67 Blankets for Manila. It's a small aspect of what we do. But, most of the work is done by us ourselves. We have a large footprint because we have many categories of projects. We don't have disasters only. We do get involved in education, in catch-up surgery, infrastructure, boreholes, agriculture, taking care of animals, taking care of cats and dogs, and even the cows and the rhinos and those kind of items. We do wheelchair distribution. We've got 175 feeding centers. So in many of those projects, for example, the feeding centers, we then, partner communities on the ground and we monitor them, where people in the community are taking care of their own people, school children, adults, and they partner us, and over a period of time, we see how efficient they are and how we can trust them. So yes, the expansion is to work with other organizations on the ground that, that do similar kind of work, and we just expand our footprint without having to increase our own staff. But what we do is to make sure that we pay visits to these people, and every time we come, there's more people in the queue, more days of feeding. So we're very happy, and you get feedback from the community themselves to say, yes, they're looking after us. The other thing that we do, we don't do that with organizations. We have our own teams that do building. We have people that we contracted to, and so they expand infrastructure projects for us, whether it's to upgrade a hospital, a school, or any other aspect, they do that for us. And then we have a bore company that we work with. We've done more than 600 bores in the last few years. Again, we visit the bores, but we've got a company. So we're expanding what organizations directly, what companies that do infrastructure, or those that do bores, and of course, our own teams that visit sites and do things ourselves. We've got our own staff. It's permanent staff. We don't have volunteer staff. Our staff are all permanent.
Yeah. The leadership principles that matter here are the principles of integrity, and like you said earlier on, transparency, but one that is driven by love. What is the key leadership takeaway that you think the adjudicators of the All Africa Business Leader Awards had taken a look at that made them realize that this award is best placed in your hands?
Well, I focus on the emphasis on spiritual leadership, because we made advances in technology, we made advances in science, in AI, and every other aspect of development, but we're still too far away. I asked the question, and in the keynote address, they asked me to do the keynote address, that, you know, we've made so much of development and progress with technology and growth of businesses, but why with all the development, we are so far behind in terms of the human population on our continent? Why is there so much hunger, so much of disease, so much of lack of water? Yet the companies are growing, yet there's progress, individuals are making progress. But when you look at the people, the suffering is immense. So is the growth only for the business owners themselves and for the executives? Is it only for the company itself and family members? What about bringing in growth for the people itself around you? And that's why I mentioned emphasis on spiritual leadership, that yes, make money. You know, the more money you make, the better it is. But create jobs, create opportunity, hold the hands of those around you and let them grow. And I was very, very, happy that the other companies that got the awards in that category, in all the different categories, part of CSI was a very important component in terms of how do you manage your own company and how do you bring other people into the company or from the benefit from the growth of the company. So that is a very good point where they were looking at that as part of the criteria, not only the balance sheet. And of course, that's what I addressed in my talk, spiritual leadership. And I think on that basis, I can't say, I don't know, the judges didn't say why they gave me the award. So I couldn't comment on that, but that's what I spoke about in the keynote address.
Yeah. Dr. Sooliman, thank you so much for your time. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Really do appreciate it. That is the founder of Gift of the Givers, Dr. Imtiaz Sooliman.